So today we are celebrating the 9-9 Gateway. And what does that mean? The 9-9 Gateway is all about change. So we are coming to an end and moving forward into a new era. This gateway has been very powerful, to say the least. Physically, it has had a lot to do with balance, because we're going back into balance and harmony. And so the balance of your body accepting these codes is off. And when you feel these off feelings, it makes you feel like you're tipping over. That whole feeling of inner ear infection, you're a little bit off balance. It also makes you feel like you're sort of leaning some certain way, like your body's out of alignment. And a lot of people have felt they needed to go to chiropractors or have massage, different treatments to bring them back into alignment. And this is due to these codes coming into our bodies and making us feel totally off. The biggest thing at the moment is that we need to be aware of the fact that we can accidentally fall, we can trip, we can slide, we can fall backwards, we can hit our heads, because the codes are making us feel like we're having a rocking motion as well. So you're sort of like this. I keep feeling like we're having earthquakes, because this area is known for earthquakes, and then I have to check to see, did we just have an earthquake? Because that's how my body's reacting. I'm rocking. It's kind of like a little bit off balance, the air, the energy. And so when you feel that, you sort of feel like you need to hold on to something, you're swaying. So we need to be careful, because when change comes, people feel that they need to hold back. They're afraid of change. They're afraid of moving forward. And a lot of people tend to start to hurt their legs, their feet, their knees, their hips, because of fear to moving forward. And if you do seem to be having, I don't know, sore hips, sore knees, sore feet, toes, ankles, that kind of thing, aching legs. Legs are very active at the moment. Do the Louise Hay affirmations for that part of the body, because it really does help. Also do self-healing, do time out, just practice meditation and resting. People seem to think that to meditate you need to be in a deep trance, you need to be away on another dimension. Not necessarily. Resting is a form of meditation, as long as it allows your body to rest and you get downloads. So it's a very important time. We're going into a time where the world is changing for the new earth to do its final stages. She's been having contractions, she's been having birthing problems along the way, and now she's ready to finally do the final stages of going into labor, giving birth. The contractions have been all the different issues that have gone on in the world the last 3 years. When you think about it, pregnancy takes 9 months, and everything's happened in threes, the 333, which is the Christ consciousness that we're going into. So the last 3 years have been extremely hard for a lot of people. We've seen a lot of change. We've seen a lot of people move away from us, distance themselves from us. We've seen people be judged for who they are, especially, you know, the whole conspiracy theory type thing. People speaking up and speaking their truth and being laughed at. But the biggest thing of all is that as long as you stand your ground and speak your truth, then no harm's going to come to you, because you're doing what you came here to do, to be a light worker, to be in your mission to come and make a change and to see the new earth back into its full glory. And that means going right back to the beginning of time, when we were a one world, one heart, one love, and we all lived under the one umbrella of love, light, and frequency, because we're energy beings. And to go back to the very, very beginning, everything has to be placed back there. So we're actually coming from a future self, telling ourselves this, because we could see what was going to happen in the future. And so we've come back to readjust, to reset, to make the new earth possible. So this 9-9 gateway is going into a new era. And this new era is all about change for the final stages of new earth to be completely formed. There's going to be a lot of change during this time, and the next probably 9 months you'll see a lot of change. We're not focusing on reveals, we're not focusing on that side of life, because we know that's a movie going on in the background, and we don't have to watch that movie that's going on in the background. We know it's there, we know it's all happening. The biggest thing we need to be aware of is where you're putting your energy, your soul, your practices. Where are you going? What's your purpose? What are you here to do? What are you here to make the new earth be great again? And so what we're concentrating on is creating this new earth, activating everything that we know has been manipulated, tormented, and taken away from us. And so to create that, that's what we're here to do. And so we have to do the activations, we have to do the land activations, water activations, we have to do the food, we have to do the plant-based medicine, and we have to concentrate on where we're putting our energies. And if that means staying away from all that movie and noise in the background, so be it, because you'll be at peace. As for the others that are not awake, to be awakened, to be shown what's really been going on. Because when you think about it, we have already stepped out of the matrix. We have moved away from it, but there's still a lot of people over there in the matrix, and they have to see all this being played out so that they can also make a decision for themselves and decide, okay, I believe it. I'm going to New Earth, or I'm going to remain here in this 3D, 4D vibration where they kind of don't go anywhere. They just stay there. They just stay put in that place. They can be taken off later on to a planet to relearn. When New Earth does finally arrive, you have a choice to stay here or go back to where you came from. And that means not dying or passing away. It means you can go home with your galactic family and continue to live there, because you're becoming a crystalline body, so you'll be able to handle it and be able to move away if that's what you choose to do. And this is why the ascension is making us crystalline, because once you finish your mission here, you don't have to stay here. You don't have to live in the new earth. You can go back and be with your star family if that's what you choose to do. And that's interesting, because a lot of people that have done their mission, been the warriors, been the truth speakers, been speaking up, waking people up, will be tired, will be exhausted, and want to go away and do that. Because it's not easy, the ascension. It's very tiring, it's very exhausting, because your body is shifting completely into another form to once it was, as a galactic being, as a star being, as a source light, as a beam of energy. That's what you're becoming. So we go into the 9-9 gateway, which is complete new change. And it's taking us into an era of 3 years. Remember, I said 9 months is a pregnancy, and then you get the 3-3 consciousness. In the last 3 years, Gaia has gone through her change, and she's been going through contractions, she's been going through pregnancy issues, she's been going through changes within her own body and her own structure, and now she's ready in the final stages. And that's what the 9-9 gateway is. We're moving into the final stages. When we get to the 10-10 gateway next month, we all go into a new world consciousness of enlightenment. Now, those who choose not to go into that new world consciousness, there will be a war. And the messages that I have been receiving for the last week is that the world is going to war. The next war is a war of freedom, a war of balance and harmony. It's not war like you saw in the First and Second World War, where your men went off to war and they had soldier uniforms and they had guns and they had tanks. This war is in the main centres, and it is the citizens. So it's just everyday dressed people standing up for their rights and fighting in the streets for their country. They are going to be fighting against the mass migration that's happened around the world. They're going to be putting everything right again, because as far as they're concerned, their governments are leaving their own people out on the street homeless with no food, and yet they're supporting migrants. Now, there's two things going on here at play. One is that there's a group of migrants in all top nations at the moment, and I'm talking US, UK, Ireland, Australia, Europe, especially many of the main centres in Europe, Australia. And these top 9 nations are under invasion of the Islamic people. They want to change the Western Christian world into an Islamic countries. And so they're out to get you and to change your country. But they're all men. You don't see the women and children arriving. They're all coming in as illegal immigrants, and they're all men being put up in hotels and places like that. They're soldiers. And they're coming to fight you and to take your country over. Now, Austria has just announced that they're now Islamic law, and that means your granddaughters, your daughters are not safe. They can now marry a Muslim at the age of 12, even as young as 10, because their prophet Muhammad had a wife who was 13 years old, so it's considered okay to marry a child bride. This is what they're trying to push in these 9 nations, power nations of the world. Now, what we need to do is put everything back to normal, to balance, to harmony. And to do that, we go to war. War in the streets, standing up for our rights, making sure that we fight for our own country, because this is what has to be done to go back to the beginning of time, when everybody had their own culture, their own religions, their own belief system. And the migrants that are doing this have to go back to their own country to fix it before it can become a 5D new country. So remember, we're changing the structure of Earth. We're going back into diamond consciousness. And for that to happen, every country has to be back in the vibration it was in the beginning of time, to make everything right again, to make it balanced. So you're going to see this happening in the streets, and that's going to cause a bit of hassle around the world. A lot of countries won't even know it's happening. But what will happen is there'll be travel bans again for at least 3 months, 6 months. There'll be shortages of food and groceries, and I'm already noticing that here. I think the best thing for you to do is be growing your own food at this point. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, because it's only for a very short period. It's not like COVID or anything like that. It's only for a very short period of time, because the light has already won. But we've got to go through this to bring back the balance and the harmony of the world. And this is going to all be happening in the early stages of 2026 and even late 2025. So you really have to be ready and understand what's happening in the world to see it happening. And the migration problem is huge. I'm not talking about people that are here legally and done the proper paperwork and gone through the proper channels. They are fine. It's the ones that are doing it illegally, lying, being deceitful, everything going against God. There's the soldiers that are coming in with the purpose to take over your country. So there's 2 at play: illegal immigration and then there's the soldiers, and you saw them lining up on the borders in the US. You see them coming in on the ships into the UK. There's no women and children. You watch the ships come in. They're all men of early 20s, early 30s. The soldiers put up in hotels, fed, just like if you were going to war and you were at a camp base, exactly the same. So you see, this is all happening in the disguise of migration, and it's got to happen to make everything right again, to put everything right again. And then the truths will come out, new earth will be formed, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. We're going back to basics. We're going back to the beginning of time, and all time heals. Remember that. So everyone will be healed. Everyone would have done their inner work. People would have made their decisions and be in the right places at the right time. It's all about what you came here to do and your mission and your purpose. And as long as you understand that, then you'll be okay. You are protected at all times, at all costs. It's not a war of pain, agony, hurt, aggression. It is war of balance, war of harmony. So it's not a war of cruelty, like you've seen people going to concentration camps. You've seen people, I don't know, being taken off and being made prisoners. It's not about that at all. It's about deportation and rising up and supporting your country. So I hope that makes sense to you, because that's been very big message coming through this week. The 9-9 Gateway is also about making sure that you know where you're going and what you want to be doing in this new change, and how that's going to play out, how that's going to look, where you hope to be, about abundance, about the new abundance energy coming in, because these 9 nations, when they go to war, they will crash the economy, so that the new abundance codes can come in and we can be in the what they're calling Nasara Jasara, but it won't be called that. It'll be something else. So after the wars, middle of next year, we'll be in the abundance codes, and finally we'll be where we're meant to be. The biggest problem about that is everyone has to make sure that they are living in service and living for the highest good. Because if you're not doing anything in service or in kindness without expecting payment, then you're probably not going to be in those abundance codes. Yes, money is energy, money is flow, money is exchange, but we're not talking about money. We're talking about being provided for everything that you need at that time. That's what abundance is. Abundance isn't about being rich, a millionaire, and having mansions and flash cars and flash boats. Abundance is living freely and not going without. No greed, just harmony. Look out your door, you've got vegetables in the garden, you've got your fridge full, you've got clothes on your back, you're not paying for power, electricity, being ripped off, you've got fuel in the car, and you're free to be whoever you want to be in service. That's what abundance is. Once you have that energy, then life is free. You are completely free, because you trust, you understand, and you know that you're okay, you're protected. Nothing's going to hurt you. Just remember that. Nothing can harm you. You've been through the worst. The worst has been out there. You know, we've gone through a lot to be here today talking about the 9-9 Gateway. So everything that you've asked for has started to come through, pour through. Now, people are talking about the digital ID around the world and what that means. It's interesting because there's 2 sides to this story. There's the control side, but there's also what I'm getting told by the Earth Alliance. There's actually a good thing, because after these wars, they need to know where you are and what's happened to you. And that's what it's about, being able to give you what you rightly deserve and identify you. So it's a form of keeping track of where you are so they can help you. So there's two sides to it. So don't go against it too much, because it's also going to help you long term. It's not about taking your privacy away from you. It's actually about protecting you so that in the future they can find you like that and say, here you go, here's your check. So then I put out there to people that I was going live, and I asked them, do you have any questions about the 9-9 gateway and how's that going to look? And I've had some come in, not as much as I expected, but then everyone's busy. Everyone's, you know, I'm finding everyone's busy now in their service roles. They've got to a point where they know who they are. They've done their inner work. There's a lot of people that are still doing their inner work. The amount of people that I speak to that are going through healing journeys at the moment, doing the inner work, doing the shadow work, and we're doing it constantly anyway, but there's a lot of people doing it still, and it's really interesting to see. It's really interesting to see just how many people that have been asleep now prepared to do the work and not go through the medical system. They're finding alternative ways to heal and to look after themselves. So it's really exciting. So I'm going to do some channeling today, and I've asked who am I channeling, and most of the ones that I'm channeling today are the Ascended Masters. And they've come through really strong with this 9-9 gateway because they're really excited. It's a time of change and celebration. It's a time of moving forward and growing and going into a new era. And this is what we've been waiting for. We've had to come to this point where it's now an end of an end. Because if you look at it, this gateway is 9-9-18, which is 9. So you're going into a gateway of 999. Well, 999 is 27, so it's another 9. So it's a very powerful gateway, and that's why you've been having these symptoms I spoke about earlier. I can't see. I can see. Hi, Teresa. You're on. Kelly, hi. So I've had some questions in, and I'm going to be, hi Dana, hi Jeanette, hi people, good to see you all. So I've had some questions in. I've had actually from you, Dana, about the new earth land, and hi Tamara, hi Sharon. How far in advance are we in the forming of the diamond structure? Now, all these earthquakes, all these floods, everything that's been happening in this world physically on the land is the forming of the diamond structure of New Earth. And Dana came to me and she said, where are we at? Because I think last time we did it, we were at 65% earth shape. And she said, are we at 80? And I went, you just answered your own question. Yes, Dana, I'm pleased to announce, woohoo, we're at 80%. So New Earth is formed to 80%, people, since the last time I did a live and we channeled at 65. So we have come a long way, 85%. That is why after 9-9 gateway, we're 3/4 of the way there, and then Mother Gaia is going to be birthing. So 80% is a big landmass move. How we've moved in, we've moved up. We're seeing new pyramids come up out of the ocean. We're seeing mountains getting closer to the mainland. You're getting, even here in New Zealand, north and south are getting closer. You're seeing in Australia, especially where it's been drought and dry, now becoming tropical. You're seeing a lot of changes happening. It's really exciting. Even in the US, less snow, more sleet. The snow is disappearing because New Earth weather is going to be subtropical. It's going to be like at the beginning of time when you had fruit trees and you had sun during the day. You led your life by the sun and the sundial. That was your time. And then at night, the rain and the dew came to create the water source, the food source for the plant life. So hooray, 80%. Woohoo! It's exciting. So we haven't got far to go, guys. That's why by the middle of next year, we'll be shifting that diamond totally. And it's interesting because I keep track of the Ring of Fire, keep track of the earthquakes, and they've been huge. Same with hurricanes, tornadoes, they're all connected to the new earth forming. It's just exciting, people. There's still a little bit of manipulated weather out there. Now, Tamara, you asked me about the weather. The weather is changing. Again, we're going through a more settled time with weather. Weather is starting to settle down. After the 9/9 gateway into the new year, you will see the weather formatting and changing worldwide. This is because we're going back to the old time, the beginning of time when, as I said, the world was subtropical. Now, if you look at all the reports of Antarctica, it is tropical, covered in fake snow and snow walls and things like that, ice walls. If you look at Uluru, it was tropical. There's tropical plants growing in between the rocks. It was a tropical, beautiful rainforest once upon a time. We're going back to that, people. So this time next year, weather patterns will be settled. The weather is still being manipulated to some degree, but it's not bad. It's actually the galactics doing their work, the cleanup. Earth needs a complete sweep. It needs a complete disinfectant, a big cleanse. They're using vapor. They're using the water. They're using things under the ocean. Everything is being cleaned and cleared for the new codes to be received. So when you see things happening and people go, oh, this is out of this world, what's happening over here? Just go, cleansing, galactics. And that's what we've had. We've had these water codes coming in, which have been incredible. They have been cleansing, flooding, watering, everything worldwide. They had to do it because everything was contaminated. And the thing is, we can contaminate it with our dirtiness if we don't keep our activations up, keep ourselves cleansed, keep ourselves in good energy and frequency, because that's what New Earth is. Hope that makes sense. So 80% for that one. So the weather is settling. So the weather will settle into the new year. We've had a very mild winter. I think we're going to have a hot summer. So it'll be interesting to see how the seasons around the world this winter coming for the rest of the world and for New Zealand our summer, how that's going to look. Dana also asked, had she been a ballet dancer in a past life? Well, I did channel this one earlier. I did prepare myself, and not only were you a ballet dancer, you were a belly dancer, and you were also a ballet dancer teacher in Russia. And you had something to do with the Great Ballet. So I'm not sure if that helps you or relates to you in some way, but you were working with the Russian ballet in the beginning of the Russian ballet creation, and you were a teacher as well as a great dancer. And in Egyptian time you were a belly dancer. Hope that helps answer your question. And if you want to explain down below why you asked that question, go ahead. Funny enough, people that have come from the elemental energy, so I'm talking the fairies, they know ballet. They connect to the ballet energy as well because they walk on their toes. And a lot of the children that are on the spectrum that walk on their toes have been elementals. The other question you had was working with Mr. T and Mr. K, continuing to work with them on a different level. Yes, as we go into this new energy, you will be doing a different level of work to help bring in the peace and the harmony and the changes that are coming. There'll be a lot of flights for you. Flights, galactic flights. So you'll be going away in your sleep a lot. You'll see more ships. They'll be connecting with you. Giving you downloads, giving you more drawings to do, especially more of your missions and your flights. You'll be drawing them, saying, yay, here they are, I'm working with them. So you'll be showing us more visual of what you're seeing and what you're doing in that time. Because we're becoming more indigo, so we're using this more, so the more visual stuff will be coming through here, not here, here. So you'll see with the art that's coming, the art is changing, people's drawings, people's artwork is changing, it's going up another level as well. So they answer your questions. And then I had Tamara asking about the weather and the food. Now she was asking about the food and how the food's going to look and when is that changing. The food won't change until after the war, and we go into the abundance period. Middle of next year we'll start to see changes in the food chain. Now it's interesting because I put it out there the other day about the food, and I got that, yes, it's starting now. This is part of the reveals that we get about our food and what to eat and what not to eat. That's the change happening. We had to see the change first. We had to see people being aware, made aware of what they've done with the food so that we can change it, and now it's changing. So what's happening is by this time next year you'll see a huge change in what the stores are allowed to hold and to keep, to sell. It's already starting in the US. You've got Florida now declaring they're going to have a mandate for no vaccines. That's the start of it. It's the start of everything that's poisonous and going into our bodies. So it's starting and it's happening now. But by mid next year, after the war, when the abundance codes come, you will see the change coming. But again, they're telling us, especially the Saint Germain, Krishna, Buddha, they're all telling us grow your own food. It's the only way to go, because you know what goes into it. And you don't have to have a land. You don't have to have a plot. You can have a bucket. I grow my vegetables in buckets. It's easy enough to do. Buy a $2 bucket, drill holes in the bottom, put some planting mix in it, and go and grow your food. It's easy. I did that last year with tomatoes. So that's good. So that's happening. I am going to do some live channeling in a minute, but I'm just getting through the questions. Does anyone have any down here? If you can put them down here. So Kelly came through this morning and she asked me, will there be any messages from my family? And I'm getting yes. Yes, there will be. Dana's replying, yes, it does. I dance around all the time. I tend to do ballet moves as if I did ballet. The first time I saw a ballet in person, I got very emotional. As soon as you said I was part of the Russian ballet, I felt like crying. Yes, you were. That's because your soul's feeling it. It's recognizing it. Oh, yes, you're being reminded. That's right. That's what I did. So, again, always a teacher, Dana. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Doesn't matter in past lives, whatever. I've also asked the Galactics about the healing that's coming and, you know, the medbed technology and everything. This is really important for you to know. In this change, we're going to see a lot of training coming into play for people to use salt baths as well. It's not just the medbed technology. There's other forms of healing now being released that have never been released before to help you heal. And one of them is salt baths are coming back. So the salt baths are about being able to go and detox the body, but it absorbs other chemicals, not chemicals, but minerals and vitamins to detox from the inside out. And this is going to be on offer to everyone as well, just like the med beds. There's all sorts of new technology coming out, light therapy, and again, in those abundance code times, this time next year, you'll see a lot of places opening up. Medical practices are going down. less and less and less. It's harder and harder to get to a doctor. Hospital whistleblowers are now speaking out. That's vanishing. We're going into the wholeness of the body and the spirit and the soul. And so we're going to see a lot of these wellness centres now popping up and being built. Jana, hi hon. Canada is in the house. I'm working on becoming an animal communicator. The other day I had a dream that I was 6 months pregnant. Well, pregnancy is about new life. Was wondering what I may be birthing in 3 months. Definitely not a child. Your animal connection journey. So which do you feel more connected to? What animals? Because I'm getting quite a few coming in here. They're all lining up. You had a past life in Africa. And I feel you're working with the big wild cats, like the lions, the cougars, all those type of big animals. And so you understand the Lyrians, which are the galactic beings, the lion beings. 3 months' time. Have you thought about, I'm getting you're going to start working at some rescue places and connecting to the animals and speaking to the animals and helping them find their right homes. I'm going into your higher self, and you were in Africa working with the wild animals. It feels like you were like a veterinarian, but back then not a veterinarian, but on that level of looking after, working with the animals, healing the animals. Like they all came to you and they brought their sick animals to you. Like a hut. It's a hut. It's not a, I keep getting a tent, but it's not a tent. It's a shape like a tent, triangle tent, but it's a hut. And it's in the days of when the tribes still lived on the land at their huts, and you were one of the people that looked after all the animals. You spoke to the animals, you understood the animals, you connected with mostly the bigger animals. Yeah, in 3 months' time, start doing volunteer work and working with the animals so that you can make this into a service for New Earth where you can speak and communicate and let the animals have their say, because they have a voice too. Especially the birds are letting us know that. Watch the birds and your connection with the birds, I'm hearing. And I see you grooming the animals. Oh, you're a hairdresser, aren't you? I see you going in and caring for the ones that have been rescued and grooming them. Yeah, you're going to be grooming them. Yeah, the ones that have been, it's sad to see them been through rough times. So yeah. Any other questions, people? So the other thing is with the major corporations, the big corporations, they're all starting to suffer now in a way that they're having to connect with others to make themselves still powerful. So you've got 3 or 4 corporations now sticking together and becoming one, rather than, you know, one out here on its own. They're all coming in to work together in partnerships. And that's why with the airlines and everything, you book a certain airline and you think, oh, I'm going to be flying Qantas, and you end up on another type of plane and brand, because they're all in partnership with each other to keep everything going, because everything's collapsing, right? So they're desperate. So the corporations are all joining forces, you know, and the supermarkets are all joining forces and so forth. And you're seeing a lot of this happening now because the collapse is so close. So after these street wars, and they are just street wars, they're not war where you go off on to another country and fight for your country. You stay in your country and you fight in the streets. And we're seeing that with the marches. We're seeing that with the big marches around the world now. In the UK, they've got raise the flag, keep your flag up, be proud of who you are, you know, because that speaks volumes. Well, after all this is cleared, and we are moving into the abundance codes, you'll start to see these changes starting to take place. You'll see a lot happening. Yes, I can relate. I have very close experiences with everything you mentioned. Thank you. I'm just still learning to communicate through my eyes, mine. Fantastic, Jana. That's really wonderful. Animal communicators. Who was the very first one? Dr. Dolittle? It's very important, because being an animal communicator, you can offer healing too. So, you know, this is another thing. Working in an area where, you know, if you're working with animals, look at the forms of treatment you can give them as a natural therapist. That's another way of understanding how to work with animals, because what the veterinarians have been doing all this time have been poisoning our animals. Dana, are we moving to a coastal area in 2 years or staying here? Why are you giving it a number? You can't, because time is not real. It's an illusion, so don't say 2 years. The only reason I'm giving my time is so that you can sort of relate to when it starts happening. You'll think, oh yeah, she said 6 months, or, you know, so you get an idea, but it's not accurate to the down to the day and time and month and minute. It's around that time. So don't cut yourself short, because you could move sooner, or you could move further away later on. So no time, just are you moving coastal area? Yes, you are. I just got that confirmed. Yes, you are. You're going coastal. You're going near the mermaids. So you need to be near the mermaids to connect with the water codes and that frequency and energy, because that's healing. It's going to help you all around, the whole family, everybody. And a lot of people will be moving more coastal and getting out of the big centres. A lot of people will be moving to the mountains too, because they'll be going into the energy of the mountains, and the mountains are magical. And I can tell you, Teresa and I went there just recently to Mount Taranaki, and we were just blown away by the energy there. It was magical. I cannot describe the feeling when you see the mountain up close, and you see it I had it on the camera, so you could live what we were living through and seeing minute to minute, and it just blew our minds. And then when we got out in the fresh air, we didn't feel cold. There was no coldness about it. I have to say my feet did get cold after a while standing in the snow, but there was no coldness about it, because we were doing energy work, we were doing clearings and activations and so forth, so you didn't feel the cold. Yes, it'll help with the jewelry and the pearls and the shells and all that kind of work, Dana. Absolutely. Yep, that's true. Okay, so I'm going to do some channeling now. And if you all like to touch your hearts, hold on to your hearts, open the space for me so that I can bring the Ascended Masters through. And I'm bringing in the messages for the new 9-9 gateway, and to help us to ascend through it with grace and with love and harmony. And it's all about one heart, one love, source light, energy, frequency, because that's what we're moving into. That's what the world is becoming, and that's why we've got to see this change happen after the 9-9 gateway. It sounds scary, but it's not. It's already happening around you in some of these big cities already. You're seeing the change, the wars that are happening, but it's going to be more prominent and more making mainstream media so that people are more aware of it. And of course, it's going to cause shortages. It's going to Well, at first it's going to cause flight delays. And then they're going to say, oh, we're going to have to put a ban on that country. You can't fly in there at the moment because it's not safe. Now, did you know the US already has banned 9 countries going into the US at the moment? It's already happening. For special visas, that kind of thing. You cannot get into the US if you're one of those 9 countries. So things are happening already, but it's just been confirmed through what we know and through our channelings. If you have any questions for the channeling down here, peeps, and I will bring them in. First of all, I want to bring in the Divine Feminine, and I want to bring in the Mother Mary frequency, the Mary Magdalene frequency for the Divine Feminine. And with that comes the Order of the Blue Rose and Order of the Pink Rose, which is Mother Mary. Order of the Blue Rose is Mary Magdalene and her helpers. So the Order of the Blue Rose is the disciples of Mary Magdalene. And that is because you helped her and you helped Jesus and all the children during that time they were here on earth. You are granted the Order of the Blue Rose. Mary Magdalene comes forward and she tells us that, do not fear, children of God, you are all safe. You are all guarded and protected with the love-light frequency. You are doing good. You're creating new earth. We are looking after and protecting you at all times. Everything is moving to plan. Everything is moving forward. The new children are arriving with their gifts, their talents to teach the parents. Always awakening, always self-healing, always moving forward with grace, love and harmony. Do not fear, we are here, we're watching you and we're protecting you, dear ones. We love you, Mary Magdalene. So that's Mary coming through. Thank you, Mary. Yay. So I'll bring through Mother Mary. She's coming through to help with the Divine Feminine. And there is a lot going on with the Divine Feminine at the moment, and the frequency of the womb, which we've done work on before, and the feminine energy with men, and that has to be corrected as well and brought into balance. And so with that, she brings in some new energy and frequency for us to work with. So I'm going to channel her now. If you have any questions you want to ask Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene, do let me know and I can forward them through my channelings. But it's all about, at the moment, the frequency of the womb and how there is a desperation of Divine Feminine still do not feel worthy unless they're recognized to be with man. And it is a time to celebrate being alone and to be celibate and to hold on to what is purely grace of God. Hold on to it as much as you can. Don't just give it away freely. It's the same with the Divine Masculine. He should hold on so strongly to what he has too, not just give it away so freely. So she's coming through with some codes. Let's see what she brings through. She's bringing through the codes of the Divine Feminine, of the womb, the great womb, not only the Godman, the so-called human, the Godman, the man of God, the woman of God, and Gaia, the feminine energy of Gaia, is also being affected and wounded. It is for the wounded divine feminine to heal again, to be whole, to be pure, to be enlightened with God's light and love, and to have self-worth and praise for yourself, and not allow to be judged by what you are, who you are. Just be in the source light. Allow yourself to drown in these codes I bring through for you, dear ones, because you are the divine, powerful feminine, the almighty one of God. She's bringing codes through for you, and as these codes come through, she's saying, open your womb to receive the golden codes of pureness and love. So bring them through. And then feel the healing. Feel the healing. Ooh, ooh. I am Mary, the mother of all mothers, and so are you. Bring back your energy, call it back. Be the golden ray of God. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you, Mary. Okay, thank you, Mother Mary. I hope you received those codes and the healings for the womb. Any other questions? Now, Kelly, I do have someone coming through for you, so brace yourself. Oh, Lordy. Hold your heart. Are you still there, Kelly? Do let me know in the comments. Murray's going to come through and give you a message. He's coming through with a flag. In fact, he's got two flags. He's got one up. It looks like the New Zealand flag. Could be the Maori flag or another flag. I'm not sure. He's holding two flags on a stick. Holding them up like this. Marching along. Okay, he's saying fight. All right, so this is about fighting for what's right. Fight for what's right. Don't sweat the small stuff. He says, don't worry about anything. I've got your back. I'm behind you at all times, supporting, keeping you safe. He said, lean on me when you need to. I hear you when you speak to me. He says, don't worry about the small stuff and the stuff that's going around. The noise pollution, he's calling it. There's lots of noise pollution. Just stay within yourself. Stay balanced. Stay controlled, because you work better when you're focused. Stay focused on what the outcome is, not the small stuff in between. Don't let the noise pollution to get to you. There's a bigger picture here forming for you to move forward. And he said he's always there supporting and helping you. Remember the freedom. Remember the fight. Remember who you are. That's what he's saying. He's saying to remember that you are mighty. You are strong. You can do this. You've got it. He said, I'm helping you. As the 9-9 gateway comes, he says, you are moving into a new vibration. A new shift for you is coming in the sense of where you'll be dimensionally. You're easing up on yourself and allowing yourself to be more freer. Don't be the people pleaser that you are, and allow yourself to free yourself from that and be who you truly are. Move forward. You're moving into a time of creativeness, design, adventure. And he steps with you all the way. So I hope that helps you. Hi Brittany. Teresa, what do you have? Okay, what's new for you? I don't know about the flags. If you could put down there what the flags mean. He's carrying 2 flags. He's walking, I don't know. It's like he's on a protest or something. He says, I don't need to protest anymore. I don't need to protest. Okay, cool. Got that. I'm bringing in a message for the plant medicine, Teresa. Something that you have to hear from Saint Germain. But it's for the world. It's for everyone. Saint Germain steps forward. Oh, beautiful brothers and sisters of God, how great it is to meet with you again. You are doing so good. The energy and the frequency is so good at the moment in the collective. The vibration is high, the love is high, the feeling of love is coming again. The oneness is coming again. We too can feel it. There is so much great work being done here, and we celebrate with you. The plant life has gone through a change, a vibrational change, and now the plants are speaking with you. You are seeing, hearing, and feeling them more. This is because the activation of Earth is back to where it is meant to be for them to grow freely and to be available for you, for your medicine in the years to come. You see people speaking to the trees now, hugging the trees freely without judgment. You see the flowers swaying to your vibration, your frequency. You see more bees returning to Earth and the heavy buzz that they have, the excitement they have, the golden powder that they shake over you and share with you and sprinkle within the land. How beautiful the plant life is and the vibration. Keep up the great work, the crystals that you grant them, that you give back to Earth is just wonderful work that has been done. And we too see the change, the vibration that is happening. So the plant medicine will be ready soon for all to heal and be truly saved. And the source light that you are, the divine blood of God. Saint Germain. Whoa, that was good. freedom flags. That was us in Wellington, the mandates. Oh, so he had two in his hands. Wow. Okay. Message for Teresa. Anyone got a message? Oh, of course, King Jerome. He's right there in my face again. Oh, Lordy. You know, like, back off. He calls you daughter of God this time. Dear daughter of God. He said it is time to step forward in the presence of what you're doing for New Earth, and to stop restricting yourself financially to gain access to the market, to be the first to bring out the medicine. He said, let it flow, let it be free, and all will come to fruition. He said, there needs to be an opening for you to create your medicine. He said, there is many to come, many medicines to be made, and there needs to be an outlet to the world. He's talking maybe about a web design or web page that's going to come. You're going to be able to get some help. How's that going to happen? Go to the students. He said, go to the students who need the practice. They will help you and create this in their spare time. Go to the schools, go to the colleges, ask anyone that wants to help create for you. You are allowing to open up the space for them to be creative and to create with you. It doesn't have to cost too much for you to start to receive the abundance of what you're doing. It is recognized within the star families, and we are guiding you all the way to create the products of codes and love, the powerful codes that you place within these beautiful products. He said it has been recognized now, and it is time to stop hiding in the shadows and to step forward and be brave and be the lion that you are, and to ask and gain the help and support to create. You are going into your abundance era. We are helping you, we're pushing you forward to be the brave lion you are, and to create these beautiful products, to put them out into the market so that people can find you and use them, and to be of wholeness and pureness again with the codes and the crystals that are granted within these medicines that help others. There is so much yet to come. There is so much knowledge that has been activated within you. And this is all becoming who you truly are. You are finding out and discovering your true self. And it's beautiful to watch and see, dear one. King Jerome. Ooh. That's good. Wow. Whew. Told Saint Germain, Brittany. He's waving, he's like got his hand up. You've made your best oil ever. I'm still using your oil, Jeanette. I've still got a little bit left. It's beautiful. And I have to agree with Saint Germain and King Jerome that the medicines and the oils that Teresa makes are incredible. She makes I've just did my face this morning with her pumice scrub. Oh my goodness, take all those dry layers off. You're welcome, hum. So I'm going to do one more channeling and then I'll finish up here. But this one's for the 9-9 gateway and the codes, and to bring through the new change with grace and with not too much of a struggle for everyone. So I'm sort of connecting now with the Pleiadian side of myself, the Pleiadian energy. So I'm bringing through that information. I'm connecting to the Star Alliance and all them that are coming through to help with the new Earth and the formation that's happening. And so you've got people like Miley, you've got Commander Usher, you've got the Pleiadian Alliance, you've got the Andromedan Alliance coming through. They're all connected to this energy and frequency, so I'll channel them and see who's there, and bring one final message through for the collective. So I'm at a table, like a half moon table, and the council, the New Earth Council, are all sitting there. All the Nordics, Pleiadians, Andromedans. There's even some super soldiers guarding and protecting in the background. Looks like I'm in a big conference room, and on the table in the middle is the earth, like a mat, and it's the flat earth mat. And there are tables around it, like a half crescent moon type pattern, and they're all sitting there. Okay. Greetings. They're saying greetings. Greetings to me because I'm connecting with them. Greetings, beautiful soul of earth and the new earth that is to come. Do you have a message for the collective and the 9-9 gateway? A male speaker stands up. He's got long blonde hair, big blue eyes, blue space suit. Can I ask who you are? Anrid, A-N-R-I-D, Anrid, Commander Anrid. Am I saying it right? Or Anwood? Commander Anwood. 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 A-N-W-O-O-D, like wood with A-N in the front. Commander Anwood. I am Commander Anwood of the 5th Fleet of the New Alliance for New Earth. I come with messages of love, light, and of true blessings to you all. For the 9-9 gateway, we are stationed in your skies, keeping an eye and protection of all that is around you and near you. These codes are intense to bring in the change in you, the change in everyone. This is why people are going within and looking for forms of meditation, yoga, counseling, healing. It is all part of them becoming who they truly are, but they must go through this change. He said it's been harsh and it's been hard, but it has to be done to move us forward, to grant us the next 25-30% to create the new earth. He's showing me the earth and how it's forming into the diamond and how much has moved. It's quite a bit. There's a lot that's moved, more so than I expected. You'll notice the world is becoming smaller and the countrysides are empty and the main centres are overpopulated. This will change. Yes, it is a war that is coming, but it's not a war of hate and pain and anguish. It is a war of balance and harmony, and it is not of greed and materialism like before times. This is a time to make change, to make new, to become what you truly were in the beginning. And then he's bringing in these codes and he says, hold your heart. And he's got dots and he's going all the way down our bodies and he's going, And then he's going, and he's cleansing us. Around your head. Over your indigo. And as we bring in these new codes to calm you, to release the old and make way for the new, we grant you all happiness and love light energy so that you can be your full potential to create this new earth for everlasting and to bring in so many great wondrous events and times for all loved ones, for every being. This is a time of great joy and celebration as we create new and get rid of the old. You, dear ones, have done marvelously. We are watching from afar and connecting with you at times for when we need your assistance. Please be on standby. I salute you all. Commander Arnwood. Whew. Wow. It was pretty cool. It was cool. It was really cool. Really cool. It was amazing. That council meeting was incredible. Oh, whew. And they're all saluting us, you know. Feel like we've done our work. Anyway, guys, anything else before I go? I'm sort of finishing up here. I hope you feel like you've had some healings, you've had some answers to your questions, that all is becoming what we are and what we are meant to be, and everything is unfolding naturally. So don't be fearful, just move forward to your true mission, to who your true purpose is for the new earth, for what you're here to do. Yes, there's going to be a lot of noise in the background. There's going to be a few things we're going to have to get through, but we're not going to come to any harm. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of protection. And Dana, Commander Arnwood, saying he knows you. They all know you. They're talking about the Pleiadians amongst us, like myself, and they're talking about how the Pleiadians are waking up to a different level of consciousness now, where they are understanding their purpose on Earth. And so there's a lot of Pleiadians out there that don't know that they are Pleiadians, and so therefore they're waking up. They're waking up to who they truly are. Whereas we've gone through a time of the Lyrians waking up and the Andromedans knowing that most of them are super soldiers, but the Pleiadians are finally getting it. They're getting it so that they too will step up and help with this, making things right again, especially these wars, because Pleiadians are the galactic warriors. They don't mean harm, they come in peace. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this time with me, and I had a calling at the beginning of the week to do the 9-9 gateway to bring in these new frequencies, new energies, and to be able to create a space for everyone to come and ask questions and just connect at a level of consciousness that we are now, because the collective is it's just amazing where we're at, you know, to see it and to feel it. And on Monday, you know, we are going via the central sun, and that is these new central sun Ra codes coming through, and I will be messaging you soon. I'll put up daily messages from Ra. You're welcome, hon. Tamara, Kali. Hi, Denise. We're leaving now. Just you come online. If you have any other questions in the meantime, don't hesitate to contact me. Make sure that you are protected at all time. Put your protection on. Keep safe. Keep secure. keep in the love light vibration. Don't lower yourself to any of these other energies that are out there. Just stay pure, stay on track. It's hard, I know, but do grounding, go out into the, the countryside, go down to the streams, go down to the ocean, just do some gardening, some weeding or anything like that, because it keeps you grounded and away from those other energies. I spent 3-4 hours out in the wind and the rain yesterday in the garden, and I did planting, I did herbs, I did all those kind of little jobs for summer. And you know what? It wasn't cold. I felt good. I came in, it was getting dark. It's like the old days. You only came in when it got dark. And the wonderful beings of love light who came through. You're all very, very welcome. I'm happy I was able to bring the two Marys, Saint Germain, King Jerome, Murray, the Palladian Alliance, New Earth Council. They will be activating a lot more work within us. You'll be hearing a lot from them. But do take care. Much love and many blessings to you all. And if you still haven't purchased rainbow codes, I've still got rainbow codes, guiding light and soul messages in stock if you want those. If you want all three together, it's 77 Australian dollars. You do get a little bag, a little gift and personal message. I do still do one-on-ones, only when I feel it's right. Just remember that, you can have a one-on-one and update yourself on where you're going, what you're doing, connecting to your starseed self or your galactic self in a way that opens up a space, and you can just find out if that's right for you, where you're going, what you're doing, kind of thing. You can connect to the Ascended Masters. You can connect to the angels and the elementals, that kind of thing, and just feel that if you need a little bit of a push or a guidance or something. And the way I channel the way it is. I channel how they tell me, and it's up to you what you do with that information. That's why I asked you afterwards, does that mean anything to you? Because to me it doesn't mean, I don't know what it means to me. Why did you ask me that, kind of thing? And that's what I'm here to do. That's my mission. That's my purpose. So I'm really pleased to be able to help you in that way. Do take care. Much love and many blessings. And thank you for being here. Bye for now.